All right, and we're back with the Level Up Lariat podcast here on Bacon.com and our Twitch channel and all that good stuff. I'm Dave the Watchman.
And I am Jeff, a.k.a. Jefferoth.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
So we covered wrestling, but now it's time to get in
Real quick,
Yes.
before we failed to mention the return in 2020 of the XFL.
That's right. The XFL is coming back.
Here's why I think it will actually succeed this time. Is the fact that it's going to be a 2-year wait for the new season. The first thing they did it was a quick turnaround because Vince just said we're doing it and then it's happened.
Yep.
It's gonna be 8 teams from what I was reading. It's about 8 teams. No gimmicks, so no WWE influence, no Vince, no nothing, no
the whole
no
thing
talent.
is a gimmick.
Sure. And I think it's going to take place during the NFL's offseason. I do believe. I need to read more on that.
I think he should go right up against the NFL. I think he should do it.
What I do think will happen is this will probably be the death of the indoor football leagues, because if you don't get drafted to the NFL, you're up for grabs for the indoor football league stuff. If now there's a whole other league for that even drains that pool even more, and the indoor football leagues, there are multiple indoor football leagues that have a tough time financially. I think even then, especially they're going to be a hard time if they can't even get players to play.
Yeah.
So as long as the ball is not I have an old school black and red XFL ball, which is cool unless you're playing a night game.
Oh yeah, I guess
the ball is black. It's tough to fucking see.
I can imagine.
But no, I think this is the right way of doing the XFL, and by God, he's going to do it. And what's cool is that his entertainment company is called Alpha Entertainment, so I'm waiting for my royalty checks.
Oh yeah.
The ball and the helmet, that thing is cool. I really hope they kind of keep some of the same. Like, there's the San Francisco Demons and the New York, New Jersey Hitmen and the I think Las Vegas Outlaws and L.A. Extreme. There's some cool stuff. So I'm cautiously optimistic, looking forward to it. So nice. I just saw the logo pop up. You delightfully delicious person. You're like the garlic crust of. Damn it. Dave, XFL thoughts. Does this make you care? Does this make you interested? Is this news that goes over your head or what?
No, I'm excited that the XFL is going to be back on. I think the NFL needs a challenger. I think they've become far too arrogant, and all the political stuff that has been going on this year. I kind of wish Vince weren't waiting until 2020. I kind of wish he could pull the trigger for 2019 season, because I think he'd be able to strike while the iron is hot. But having to wait 2 years, things might have cooled down by then, and it might not be the right climate for him to bring out the XFL.
I think that the 2-year thing is the right thing to do, because he's learned his first experience. He learned from the rushed nature of the first attempt at XFL and how it was a glorious failure. I shouldn't say that. It wasn't as – if you watch the 30 for 30, it was not that big of a colossal failure as – God damn it, Dave. It is not that big of a colossal failure as people seem to think it was. But yeah, there was definitely some things that could have gone better. And I think in the interim between 2001 and now, they can know how to do this at least better. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, Dave, go ahead and give us the segue now.
Into Domino's?
No, god damn it. Into video games.
I just want them to sponsor us. I think Domino's could benefit by having some video game presence, and what better video game presence to have than the tastiest site for gaming on the web, Bacon.com. Domino's and Nerd Bacon, I think, is a match made in taste heaven. Anyway, let's talk.
I was pushing for alcohol, but yeah, you do your thing, man.
I'm drinking alcohol. Let's talk.
Pushing for alcohol. Go ahead.
Let's talk about video games now. What's happening in video games?
Yes.
Juicy rumors popped up courtesy of Colin Campbell, who's been an old hat at video game journalism since the old next-gen days.
Sure.
Writing for Polygon, he says that Microsoft he's writing a series on Microsoft and their problems with getting first party games and how they have none. And what they're trying to do to alleviate that problem. And one of the solutions, the potential solutions, is Microsoft buying some studios. And namely EA.
This is insane.
Yes.
When you hear that sentence said out loud, this seems insane.
Let me find a good quote here. Excuse me. So anyway, he's talking about the challenge in finding good games for Microsoft, how they haven't treated their studios very well. We spoke to 4 analysts who all agree that Microsoft needs to act soon and that major acquisitions are by far the most likely route. Microsoft recognizes this as an important issue, said Piers Harding Rolls, Director of Research and Analysis at IHS. Hence, Phil Spencer's comments about investing more in delivering first-party content. Sony's going to be aggressive at this stage of the hardware cycle, said Superdata Research CEO Joost van Drunen. It gives us the impression that Microsoft's exclusives portfolio is pretty meager. They haven't had that consistent content agenda like Sony has, and so that's why I think they now come up a little short, etc., etc. And then he goes on stating that Microsoft has a cash pot of at least $130 billion, boosted by recent tax cuts. When you consider that the market capitalization of a company like Electronic Arts is around $35 billion, it looks like a handy war chest. Let's see. Go on.
So nothing has been confirmed. Nothing has even been said that Microsoft is doing this. It's a thing where the seeds are planted for Microsoft to fix its first party scarcity by buying, let's just say, because they're there to be bought, arguably the biggest game development company on the planet.
I think inarguably the biggest. EA is the biggest. Here's the juicy one. So some of the names being thrown around as possible acquisitions by Microsoft are frankly astounding, even unthinkable. But the fact that they are doing the rounds is instructive. The most recent one we heard from a reliable source close to Microsoft was, in fact, Electronic Arts. We also heard a whisper about Valve and about Korean outfit PUBG Corp, which Microsoft last year signed to a timed exclusive for its hit survival shooter, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That one I see as far more likely of an acquisition from Microsoft at this point.
For sure.
Did you know PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds earned almost $1 billion?
Yeah, it hit 4 million players on Xbox, and it came out last month.
Yeah, that is insane to me.
So Microsoft would be dumb to not say, "Come be part," like with Mojang, with the Minecraft people saying, "Come over here." Like that was a great financial move and business move for Microsoft. That would make even more sense.
Well, they go on even to talk about that acquisition for Mojang and how it doesn't really benefit Microsoft quite as much because Minecraft is on anything that can run it at this point.
It's on my beer bottle right now.
I saw Nintendo tweeted out today how like classic Microsoft skins were now available for Minecraft on the Switch, like Master Chief for Minecraft on the Switch, which is astounding to me.
It's nuts.
Do you think that Microsoft would go in for purchasing something like Valve? I don't think Valve would want to be purchased, but
see, I don't think. Yeah, I'm with you. Valve is not for sale. I think that's that's all Gabe's stuff, and he ain't get rid of that. EA, EA makes sense.
I think EA would be open to it. But you know what? Valve, on the other hand, maybe Valve would be more open than we think on our initial impressions, because Valve doesn't care about making games. They don't make games.
Valve has Steam.
Valve is a storefront. That's it.
And they every once in a while here's Portal 2, here's TF2, because they can ride this TF2
here's a Dota
wave for
there's
the rest
another
of their
skin.
lives.
Yeah, they're skin makers and a storefront operator for crap. So,
But then you wonder then what will happen to if let's say it comes to be and Microsoft buys Valve and takes Steam over, what will become of that storefront?
it gets rolled into the Microsoft store, or the Microsoft store gets rolled into Steam.
And then if you're on a Mac, then you're probably screwed.
Maybe. Maybe.
But yeah,
Now, do Steam purchases that I made and also have an Xbox version of that, does that get eligible for Play Anywhere?
ooh, that'd be an interesting thought.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume no because money. But it's something to keep an eye on. That Microsoft. I mean, it's good that Microsoft is seeing here's where we're not doing well at, and here are big things that we can do to fix that. So they are looking at things. Phil Spencer says it, and a Microsoft team goes and attempts to find the answers. So the team is working to find and fulfill promises and fulfill statements. So it's good, and these are the grand strokes that Microsoft needs to do to stay in this console race, let's say.
If EA is really valued at 35 billion, I don't know if I would see Microsoft paying that much for them. That's a lot of money, especially when you're valued at 300 billion and you're paying 35 billion. That's 10%, but this is a far larger chunk of your valuation to purchase EA.
Right. So I think of those three, obviously the Blue Hole PUBG people, that makes the most sense.
That makes the most sense, but that may not be the most prudent thing.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Half-Life confirmed.
No, that's actually a good point. If Microsoft were to buy Valve, would they finally put out Half-Life 3?
Say, people, it is time.
Would people want Half-Life 3 at that point? Because
Right.
it's not coming from Valve, it's coming from Microsoft.
Right, and by this point, nothing that says Half-Life 3 will be nearly as good as what people want it to be. It's been too long, and people's expectations are too high. So it's that game that will never get made because the expectations are like a Duke Nukem Forever. I keep referencing Duke Nukem Forever because it was promised for me for 15 plus years, and no matter how good that game would have been, it's shit. No matter how good that game would have been, would not have lived up to my expectations of it. It is too long.
I still think we'll see it someday.
Half-Life 3?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see another game in the Half-Life series. I don't know if it's called Half-Life 3.
I don't know. I think we'll see it. But you know what? I have thought for a while that if we do see it, we'll probably see it exclusive to, as far as a console release goes, it will be exclusive to Microsoft.
Think so?
I don't know. I've had that feeling for the past couple of years.
Because I know they were kind of... So, Microsoft had so all consoles had the orange box.
Yeah.
And then Portal 2 came out for both consoles, but it was a better experience on PS4 because of the Steam integration, I do believe. So I don't think there was a Steam multiplayer integration on the Xbox versions, if I remember right.
I am not sure. I've got orange.
That was weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I think Portal 2, the standalone Portal 2, was a better thing on PS3 because of more Valve integration. So I don't know if that is a thing going forward, but it's if it were to go to a console, I'm with you. It would be a Microsoft thing, I imagine. But it's a PC. It's a PC first thing, obviously.
Getting back to them buying PUBG Corp, that makes the most sense when compared to like EA and Valve, but we don't really.
But I don't think that's not their only move, though. I mean, buying PUBG is not the only move you make.
But here's the thing: they haven't proven themselves. PUBG might just be a one-trick pony. This
is something, though, that you want to get in on this phenomenon at the quote-unquote ground floor. Because it has already taken off. You've already seen all these spin-offs. You're seeing it as consistently in the top 10 most streamed games on Twitch, the biggest streamed system in the Left 4 Dead 3, Team Fortress 3,
Justin is dreaming.
But I mean, this thing is more. This thing even if it does flash in the pan, this is something that you must stand up and take notice because it is changing the way people stream games. It's changing the streaming game, period. And Microsoft should just jump in on this because it is huge. So
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
something to keep an eye on as Microsoft goes forward. Um, Another game that I think I may have predicted this game getting delayed. BioWare had confirmed that Anthem, the game that will make or break the studio, in my opinion, and our opinions,
Yeah.
is now officially pushed back until quote unquote early 2019. I kind of saw this coming. This game seems to be they want to take their time with it because, like I said, this will end up making or breaking BioWare. So they
Yep.
need to put their best foot forward here. So I'm not upset by this push, by this delay. In fact, I'm surprised it took this long to delay it.
I think EA is taking a step back, and they're I think. Let's see. I think that EA was putting a bunch of loot box stuff in Anthem, and they had such a backlash from Star Wars Battlefront that they're taking a step back. And yes, we both made similar predictions about EA about Anthem being the make or break game for BioWare. I wrote when did this go out? In my predictions article, I wrote that EA will try to pull back from the horrible 2017 they had thanks to the loot box debacle. Unfortunately, Anthem will be the casualty of this and will be delayed into 2019. Speaking of Anthem, this is pretty much it for BioWare. If Anthem fails, EA will axe the studio. And that was in my predictions article. And on our predictions episode, you said the same thing, independent of me. So, expert analysis, that was January 9th. Was when that was published.
But here's Casey Malone, head of BioWare. I believe he's just head of BioWare now, tweeting about the next Dragon Age game. Yeah. And in my mind, about how it's going to be a quote-unquote live game because there'll be a story after the main story. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is probably not the game to be talking about right now.
Yeah.
Anthem needs to be your all-in game. If you're also focusing on Dragon Age, you're losing the point here because your fans are losing interest in this studio. And I hate that because BioWare has put out some classic as far as like PC gamings. And, Mass Effect. I keep saying Mass Effect. Anthem needs to be an all-in, as Justin's saying here, needs to be a complete BioWare effort. Don't think about the next Dragon Age. Focus on Anthem because they've already delayed it once. Now you have to make good on this promise because Anthem looks very interesting. It looks like it could be a Destiny-style game that people actually may like. I like Destiny 2. I'm good. But this needs to be the game you hang your hat on and say, we did it. We came out of this. We did it. So don't focus on Dragon Age. I don't care about Dragon Age. Dragon Age is dead to me right now. Anthem is what's now.
Yep, I agree with you entirely. Like we've said, both of us, this is your make or break moment. If you don't win with Anthem, which is going to come out in 2019, and it will come out before Dragon Age comes out. If you don't make it with Anthem, you're not releasing Dragon Age.
Yeah.
It's just, you're done. You're done. Just pour it into Anthem. Don't worry about Dragon Age. I guess you got to have something in the pipeline always going, but shit, just, guys, get on the ball here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not and Justin was talking about a new Battlefield, and that's fine for EA, but I'm thinking more just for BioWare. And what that will do to that studio. Because they still have Star Wars Old Republic out, but, again, that's a free-to-play game. And they need to... Anthem is where it's at now. But moving forward, Dave, Sumo Digital. Go ahead.
Sumo Digital. All right. So this is kind of a little-known company. A presentation slide for investors leaked yesterday on Reset Era, the house of grand intelligence. The big thing out of this, they were talking about their partners. They had a slide with Microsoft Studios and Sony External Development and Sega and EA and Disney, yada, yada, yada. Their big thing was a slide that said top secret in development projects. So one was a multi-project collaboration with international publishing partner, which they described as first-person shooter development, PC to console. I have no idea what that could be. But the two interesting things were unannounced major partner, original FPS, established global IP. And then the second one, unannounced karting game, established global IP, original development. So those were the two that sent Reset Era in a tizzy.
Sure, and let's say Sumo Digital made for the karting side. Sumo Digital made the Sonic and All Stars Racing games,
Right.
which I thought both of those were actually really, really damn good. Transformed, the second one was actually very, very good.
Yeah, and that's immediately what 90% of Reset Era assumed. It was, oh god, we're getting another Sonic All-Stars Racing. Ah, yes, Sonic All-Stars Racing is back. And I'm like, you guys are stupid. They're not, I'm sorry, I know Sonic All-Stars Racing was a good game, but it's not coming back.
No, they need to go elsewhere. How about a Capcom racing game? Oh my god.
It's not a Capcom racing game.
I don't care about I'm just asking you how cool that would be.
That would be cool.
Thank you. Acknowledge what I say.
Okay. I acknowledge what you say. I affirm you.
Thank you. God.
No, Capcom racing game would be awesome. But the unannounced karting game is obviously the new Crash Team Racing game.
Yeah.
We're getting it. We are getting it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, Sumo's
and this is mainly because Crash is getting Crash Bandicoot's kind of getting a resurgence because of the Insane trilogy. Yep. So he's right in people's minds, and this makes the most sense. So and CTR was a fantastic game.
And then Sumo came out and tweeted today, talking to all these idiots, saying Crash or Sonic. They said, sorry, Sonic isn't happening. So shoot that one down. And yeah, Crash Team Racing, I think, is definitely coming back.
Yep, and that would be fun.
So let's talk about this unannounced major partner for an original first-person shooter.
Yes.
What could that be all about? Now, these guys, once upon a time, helped develop a little series called Time Splitters, which was a fantastic game.
Three was my Future Perfect was my favorite one of those games. But
yeah,
and those are also the people who made GoldenEye 007 for the N64.
Yep.
These are same people from Rare who kind of split off and then made Time Splitters and then continued forward. So this could be interesting. Hopefully, it's not another GoldenEye because that's already happened and failed. So I hopefully.
I don't think it's another GoldenEye. I think I would be willing to put money down that this is in collaboration with. This is part of Microsoft's big move, and I think they're working on the new Perfect Dark.
You talk about a Microsoft first person a AAA first party game that would get that would sell well. I mean, Perfect Dark still holds some weight, despite how Perfect Dark Zero ended up panning out.
Yeah,
it still holds a weight with that name, so I'd be all down for that.
Yeah, I think it's Perfect Dark. I don't think it's Time Splitters because it's not quite the heavy hitting IP that one would expect or want to advertise really. But yeah. I think that I think it's going to be a new Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
And I'd be all right with that because they worked on Perfect Dark as well, and they also worked on Time Splitters, 2 excellent games. And
sure. 3.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that. I'd be very all right with that. Now there are some people who are like, "Oh shit, we just uncovered who's working on Metroid Prime 4." I don't know about that.
I'll put a maybe on that. I can't say no, but I'll put a maybe on that.
Right. Anything is possible, but I think it's far more likely that we're seeing Perfect Dark, and we'll see that released.
Yeah.
Level up, Justin. I mean,
Microsoft's following through on this first party stuff, so it's at least they're getting the dominoes ready to fall.
I never doubted that we'd see Microsoft try and get some stuff out there. So.
Yep.
It'll be interesting. E3 is going to be hella fun, guys.
Yes, it is. I'm looking forward to this E3 for many, many reasons. So It's going to be great. And imagine this: when we get to E3, we will all have already played God of War.
That's right.
It's true.
Did we?
That's
No, we did talk about that trailer last week.
yeah,
Never
we
mind.
did. We watched it live.
Oh,
We
that's
watched it.
right.
Yeah.
Durr.
We oh man, that's closer than you guys think. April is not that far away. Um,
He did say the dominoes. He sure did.
God damn it, I didn't mean to. Shit. Um, the Coors Lights, you say? Any more news you want to get to before we get our thoughts on what we've been playing recently?
Well, first we've got a question in chat from Fun Size Vlogs. By the way, thanks for watching Fun Size Vlogs. Welcome to the Level Up Lariat podcast live here on Bacon.com. You go live under the talk show category by when you go to type in the game that you're streaming, just type in talk shows, and they've got a whole category section dedicated just to that. So type in talk shows as your game that you're streaming, and then click on that when you update it.
Yep.
And Roommate 22 says poop.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should poop regularly. It's good to keep cleaned out. You don't want to have excess poop. You want to have at least one bowel movement a day. I've heard doctors say at least 2 or 3. I think that's excessive. I mean, when you poop 2 or 3 times in a day, most of us are on the clock, and we don't work for ourselves, and the manager starts to raise an eyebrow if you poop more than once a day at work.
Dave, Dragon Ball Fighters, talk.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought this was the Poopcast.
We're moving on.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
The most anticipated fighting game. We've been, we're good. We're absolutely good.
You're very welcome. Join us again. Give us a follow if you want.
The most talked about fighting game from EVO last year, the most hype fighting game out of EVO last year. Dragon Ball Fighters is out now. We've both played it. Justin's also been playing it in the chat. Dave, what are your? Since I guess you and I are for years we were the fighting game aficionados. What do you think?
I think it is a fantastic game. I am so dreadful at it that I do want to hang my head in shame, actually. But it's fantastic. It's a game that even if you are bad at it, it makes you want to try harder so you can get better at it.
Right.
Plus, there's so much other stuff to do, and I've barely scratched the surface. I've had like 2 or 3 hours max to spend with this game, so I've barely scratched the surface of a story mode or anything like that. So I need to get into it, but so far it's just beautiful. I cannot wait to see what DLC that they have for this game. I can't wait to see this game played at a high level when EVO finally rolls around in August. Yep. My only question is, what does this do to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Is MVCI, is that going to be a dead game? Does that even make it to EVO 2018?
I think it has to, but only for 1 year. I think this is the only time you're going to see it.
Do they go back to Marvel vs. Capcom 3? I mean, when's
probably
the last time they've done EVO without an MVC game?
Yeah, because you have to say when's Marvel. They almost didn't do it last year because Marvel that was the write-in game. That was the vote-in game.
That's right. But Dragon Ball, it's a fantastic game. Another indication that fighting games are still going strong 10 years after the resurgence that was ushered in by Street Fighter 4. So I'm just happy it's just so fresh. This game is so
clean.
Fresh. No, seriously, it's so fresh.
I'm with you.
Senior Conquezo, you failed us. How could you not get that steaming, wonderful goodness that is Domino's Pizza?
EVO Japan was awesome, and we'll touch on that here a little bit. I'll
get to that in a second, Fun Size Vlogs. That's a good question.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves looks cool. Do you see yourself going back to Dragon Ball Fighters once we're done doing these streams and once we're done doing this podcast? Do you see yourself going back and putting in the hours to Dragon Ball Fighters, or will you put more hours into, let's say, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition?
I'm going to try and put as many hours as I can into both. Plus, I just got a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite from a very good friend who happened to have an extra copy. Who would that be? Oh, yeah, the Jefferoth.
This guy.
Thank you for that. And actually, great
Yeah.
timing too, because the season pass DLC is on sale on PlayStation Plus. So,
Oh, is it? I gotta get it then.
yep, Capcom's giving me more of their, or I'm giving more of my money to Capcom this week.
Stop
Anyway,
doing that.
I'm gonna put as much hours as I can into both fighting games because
Yeah.
fighting games are a wonderful thing.
And look, I will probably end up writing a review for this at nerdbacon.com. My first review
Oh,
for the site officially.
yay! Finally,
So we'll
yay!
yeah. So once I figure out once you give me the clearance to WordPress the stuff on there, then we'll go from there.
Oh shit! Yes, I need to resend all of your login information. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Can you let me contribute to my own site, please? Thanks. uh,
Woo!
appreciate that. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, this game, goddamn, Dragon Ball Fighters looks incredible, and I kind of want to buy it on PC to see it look even better and run at 60. But man, it is so much fun. And I tell you, so day one, I got worked. Like I got destroyed,
Uh-huh.
4 losses in a row on the Jeff Roth Twitch stream, which you can plug. I streamed some last night.
What did you say?
I said plug.
Woo! We're not using our words. We're using our chipmunk noises.
It's the word plug. I got online, 5 straight wins.
Wow.
And I think what's happening first before I do one of these, and I think the Grandmasters are already out of my ladder. I don't think I'm getting ranked against the best in the world.
Yeah.
Not CM Punk, but I did face someone who had like 84,000 BP and was like ranked 2 or 3 above me, and I did beat him twice.
Oh,
But I think
nice.
the biggest thing I can say is health management and team management, knowing when to tag them in and out. That has helped me out tremendously. But it's just that it's a game where even if I do get worked, I'm still having a good time. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. I'm understanding what I'm doing wrong. I can watch some videos of pro players and go, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong, and I want to get better at it. This 2D art style is second to none.
my
Like
God,
even
it's
the
so
Guilty Gear
crispy.
games are fantastic. Blaze Blue games look great. Under Night looks great. But goddamn, this is a whole. This looks just like the anime. You're just watching Crunchyroll on your HD TV. It looks
Yeah.
tremendous, and the little details. The throwing them into the side of and the stage changes. Like if you do the right attack, you'll go to a different stage, sort of like a UMK3, something like that.
Yeah.
The stage will change, or Injustice kind of deal. Good roster of characters. I do love the menu. I do love the lobby avatar stuff, even though that seems kind of weird because there's a whole cloud of practice, and you gotta walk to the one guy where everyone's around to do it.
Uh-huh.
It's weird, but you can warp everywhere.
It's a little bit weird as well. Having to go into that lobby just to get into like a local versus match. That's a
Kinda,
little
yeah.
off-putting to me,
Little off.
but yeah,
Um,
that game, like we've been saying, it's so fresh. It's something so different from some of the fighting games that we've had that have been out in the past few years, like King of Fighters 14, even Tekken 7, of course, Street Fighter 5, even like Guilty Gear and stuff. It feels so much more fresh and
Yeah.
just fun than some of those games. So
I tell you, Arc Sys, their games are all unique and they're all fun, they're all gorgeous, and this is one that's like Blaze Blue. I think is above my head. I think Blaze Blue has too many mechanics that are just above my head. Guilty Gear is more in my wheelhouse, but Dragon Ball Z is right in the heart of what I want in a fighting game.
I always thought Blaze Blue was supposed to be like the easier alternative to Guilty Gear.
God, it just seems way over my head. And I keep meaning to play Under Night, but
Shoot, Under Night. Yeah, the new one's coming out
it
next
is.
week, I think. Or no, in 2 weeks.
it's very soon. Under Night's coming out. I really want to play that.
Did you play that on PS3?
I did not.
Oh,
have-
lordy.
I have not
Lordy,
touched
lordy.
Under Night in my life, and I really want to. So,
Actually, I think I might have an extra copy.
well, there you go. I think there's a version on Steam.
I'm gonna float that towards you.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
There's a version of Under Night on Steam that I may end up picking up as well because it's on sale recently. I want to pick it up.
Well, just wait until the new one comes out because it's
Sure,
got some
right.
extra characters. But no, Under Night is such a good game. I really enjoyed that game.
And they're putting that into the Blaze Blue cross battle, which is nice too. I think that's also part of that cross battle between
Yes.
Blaze Blue and Persona and Ruby and all that stuff. So it makes me happy.
Yes.
Anyway, Dragon Ball Fighters and Justin's even here saying, makes even the biggest newbies like myself feel powerful, easy to jump in, difficult to master. Exactly. And this is It is great. Easy combos, you can spam that. It's the game where it kind of rewards spam, but if you know what you're doing, you can counter that spam. Like it's a tremendous game. Like
Yeah.
I really am itching to play more of that. Also, I've been playing, and Justin's been playing this recently as well. I really want to know Justin's thoughts in chat of Monster Hunter World, which came out the same day as Dragon Ball Fighters.
You guys
No,
are
the cap.
killing me on that. That game looks so good, but
It is
I
sick,
know I
dude.
don't have the time to devote to it right now. But it's one of those things where I feel like if I don't jump in as soon as possible, I'm going to be way behind when I finally do jump in, like in September.
See, I don't think you will be, because people on PC will be playing it this fall as well, because that's when it comes
Oh,
out.
there you go.
But I want to hear Justin's thoughts because he's a Monster Hunter newbie, but I'm a Monster Hunter fan. I've been playing it since Try on the Wii, and I'll tell you, there are just so many. The big thing for me is that all the quality of life improvements in this game.
Uh-huh.
The scout flies that will show you where you're supposed to go, and all these kind of streamlined things. It's still not for like a brand new player. There's still layers and layers of mechanics, but the thing is, it does a really good job of helping you not to become overwhelmed by stuff. And it was so. Last night I did a hunt, and there's a freaking like monster fish I was trying to fight, and so I set up a quote unquote SOS flare, so anybody who's playing online can just jump into my game. And I had
Oh,
so three dudes just said, "Okay, we'll help you." Jumped in my game, helped me kill it. It was super neat because I just did hit a button. All of a sudden, three dudes jumped in and helped me fight this thing. It was really cool, and this it's just the loop of do the hunt, upgrade your stuff, forge new equipment, new weapons, new armor, make stuff for your cat, jump in the next hunt, do it again. And that loop, it's a great loop. It looks great. It's methodical. It's the life of the monsters. It seems like it has its own little ecosystem. Like if you can just let it sit there, and then just, like life will happen. Like you watch life happen all around you, and monsters will fight each other, and it's just super cool. And I had this giant like the Anganath, this giant T-Rex looking thing attacked me. It scared the shit out of me. Attacked me out of nowhere. It wasn't even part of my mission. It attacked me, and I had to run for my life. So in case of longsword, I started with the dual blades, ended up doing the sword and shield just because I was able to level that up and upgrade a couple times with that. But it's real simple to just pick up materials from the hunts, make new weapons, get stronger, get better, and it's the carrot and the stick just keeps you wanting more. And it's a lengthy campaign, lengthy game content, and is I freaking love this game, dude. As a
I
Monster Hunter fan, I
the
love this
the
game.
more that I see it, the more that it's like watching the Near Automata streams last year. It's kind of giving me that same like, God, I need to get my hands on it.
Yeah, and yeah, I do. Here's Justin. There's a lot of things I still don't understand, but I enjoy the beginning. It starts off extremely slow, but once you get past that, then it takes off. It's accessible, but I have so many questions. The inclusions of the hit numbers and seeing their colors change, letting you know where the weak spots are is a really nice touch. Yes, there are things in place to help the newer monster. But I will say with this kind of game, again, you want to take it piece by piece, and I would say watch some YouTube videos or do a little bit of Google search stuff on Monster Hunter, and you can kind of get your legs under you a little bit. Hunt with friends, hunt with online people. It's a thing where there are a bunch of mechanics that they don't explain very well, so you need to give it a chance. And I'm glad Justin's enjoying it because I figured he would hate it. But I'm glad because he was of the three of us, he was the one that took the most convincing for Monster Hunter. But I'm glad he's okay with it. So, huge recommendation from Monster Hunter fan. Go for it.
You got it. Sorry, I was just
Oh, you're good.
no, that's all right.
I saw what you were doing in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves. I have high hopes for as well. I saw some people streaming that. I'm in the closed beta right now. I need to actually do something with that. But it looks cool. It looks cool. We need to have a Nerd Bacon hunting squad for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, dude. All three of us streaming our views at the same time. It's like, you want to watch my view? Go here. Dave's view, go here.
I think my streaming's gonna be diminished for a little bit for the next couple of months here. I've got a move coming up, but once that's done, I'll be streaming a little bit more. So maybe I'll look a little bit more seriously into getting Monster Hunter once that's all complete.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream more Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball, and I promise the Fire Pro is coming back. I just have been swamped with Dragon Ball and Monster Hunter and stuff right now.
Yeah.
Also, more VR streams are coming. Elite Dangerous was fun to stream that, so I might do some more of that. Before we plug the rest of our stuff, anything else you've been playing? You've been playing a lot of Street Fighter V still.
I haven't played much of anything lately. We've got Retroary coming up at Nerd Bacon.
Yes,
So that's
plug.
February is the month where we dedicate all of our time towards the glory of retro games. So I'm trying to find some good games to play for Retroary. And I was like, since I made a few references to Domino's Pizza, maybe like 2 or 3 on Sunday night during our Royal Rumble stream.
1,000. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 or 3,000. Because Domino's is a great company and should sponsor Nerd Bacon.
Yep.
Anyway, I was like, well, why not try and review the classic Capcom game, Yonoid? So I downloaded that.
Actually makes sense.
Yeah, that one is painful. I could not get through the second level of that game.
So you're saying Cool Spot, the 7-Up game, is better?
Is it? I might download that.
I remember the game being good.
If I can get through more of Yonoid, and if I can get through it and maybe beat it, I would write a review quickly and maybe try and turn around and get 7-Up.
Also, we're going to try, perhaps this month, it's for Retroary. First of all, I'm going to do more, hopefully get Dave involved, ranking more fighting games.
Oh, yes.
On the big board. Some more retro fighting games on the big board. Also, we may end up doing just another 12-hour fight-a-thon with those retro fighting games.
That I think is going to be a little bit of time. Maybe in a few months. Maybe that's a good thing to do for my birthday. Maybe that's how I want to celebrate my birthday, is do like a 12-hour fighting game stream.
We're doing retro games, and by retro I mean anything before 2000. Is that correct?
Yes, anything before the PlayStation 2 release. So Dreamcast and beyond.
So your Crimson Skies there may not be retro enough there, Justin.
That is not retro enough. You got to get old, brother. Old.
But before we plug the rest of our streams, let's look forward to February. Besides having it being Retroary here on nerdbacon.com, games are still coming out. It's February. So things to look forward to. Here's some of the, I guess today was when Dissidia Final Fantasy NT for PS4 came out.
Oh, that's right. That one's... Talk about complicated.
That is complicated.
I did not enjoy myself at all in that beta.
I kind of liked it, but it's a matter of I had too much other stuff to play right now. EA Sports UFC 3 comes out on February 2nd for PS4, Xbox One.
It's not as major a franchise anymore, is it?
It is. It kind of. On February 6th, the Shadow of the Colossus on PS4 comes out.
Oh, there's another one that I'm going to be like, oh, shit, I kind of want to double dip on it.
Yep. The survival game Rust, which is a big hit on Steam, comes out on February 8th out of Early Access for PC, Mac, and Linux. February 9th, Dragon Quest Builders hits Nintendo Switch. As well as Under Night In-Birth EXE, the latest PS3, PS4, and PS Vita.
Yes! That's the one.
Owlboy hits Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One on the 13th.
That's going to be tempting.
Let's see. Secret of Mana gets the re-release on PC, PS4, and Vita on the 15th.
I'm a little worried about that. I was really pumped when they announced it, and then some of the previews from PSX were like, it's not that great as it should be.
Let's see. On the 16th, Dave, pay attention. Nintendo Switch gets Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2.
Oh, Jesus. Yes. I'll be tempted to double dip on that one. I have no need to double dip on it.
I'm going to buy that because I've not played 2. It was on. I've played 1, but I've not played 2 because it was on the Wii U and I didn't care at that point.
Oh my goodness, 2 is so good, dude.
February 20th, Age of Empires Definitive Edition hits PC. I'm in that beta. I should probably do something with that too.
Oh, cool.
As well as Metal Gear Survive on PC, PS4, Xbox One. It's not as bad as you think it is. The 22nd, we'll see Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 Plus on Nintendo Switch. The 23rd, you'll see a new Sword Art Online Fatal Bullets for PC, PS4, Xbox One.
Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Go back to Pac-Man Championship Edition. Is that like the same version that you would go and play at Up Down on the tabletop?
No, it's kind of like a neon kind of druggy trip, kind of like with the Galaga
Oh,
Legions, kind of that way too.
yeah, that's not fun. I'd be
Um,
down for the Pac-Man, the one like at Up Down. I'd be down
I
for that
think
on the
that's
Switch.
already on the Switch. I
Is
think
it?
they did a version of that, like this Namco Museum thing. I think it's part of that was on there.
Oh,
Like a Pac-Man versus maybe on that.
I'll have to look at that. That would be awesome.
The 27th, we'll see De Blob 2 remastered on PS4, Xbox One. I really like De Blob 2 on Xbox 360. It's a very cute, colorful game. Recommend to people. Also, the Switch is getting Payday 2, which I thought was fucking weird.
Man, that is weird.
That is weird. And then real quickly, kind of give yourself look forward to in March. Final Fantasy 15 hits PC on March 6th.
There we go. Let the Cindy mods commence.
Yup. And then we're gonna get way into March
Do you
because
remember? Do you remember when they were releasing Dead or Alive 5 on PC and the creators
oh
like,
god,
no, we don't want any naughty mods on there, or else we might regret putting this out on PC.
yep. And then in March, stuff keeps happening because hell, we have games like Sea of Thieves coming out. Yakuza 6 is coming out. Oh my god.
Oh snap!
Um,
There we go.
I want to make sure if that's
Words of
a Japanese
Maximilian,
release.
dude. Let's go.
Is that a Japanese release or an American release? I forget what these things, Western or worldwide release previously. Okay, so that is a U.S. release. Yakuza 6: A Song of Life is coming out. You're gonna get Kirby Star Allies. You're gonna get Devil May Cry HD collection. You're gonna get A Way Out. You got Ni no Kuni 2, Far Cry
Oh,
5.
yeah, way out. And Nino Kuni too. Yeah.
It looks interesting. So February has some bright spots there for sure. March is going to start kicking things off for 2018, like for reals.
Level Up, Justin, you had asked about the possibility, going back to what we were talking about with Microsoft, the possibility of whether we get a new Mech Assault and a new Fable. I think it's pretty much confirmed that new Fable game, that rumor is real. I know we've all covered that for a little bit, but I think that's pretty much confirmed. Mech Assault, I'm sticking with what I said. I would love for that to happen, but I don't think that's where they're going to go.
I'm going to say no on that one.
I agree. Microsoft's going to try and be more aggressive.
Yep.
And I think they're not going to go with Mech Assault, but I would say New Crimson Skies gets announced at E3.
All would make me happy is online functionality. Flip a switch. Let's go.
Yeah, that's true. They don't really need to do much with Crimson Skies. Oh,
right,
one thing I want to do for Retrowary, but I need to find a copy of Star Fox Assault on the GameCube. I'd like to take a Saturday or Sunday and do a Star Fox stream. So play through Star Fox 2, Star Fox 64, Star Fox Assault, and Star Fox Zero.
Sure.
All on the same day.
I would, while we're on the subject of that kind of stuff, I have been looking, and I think I have every Tekken game. So I may end up doing like a history of Tekken thing. Maybe I may hang on to that and see if I can get you involved in a history of Tekken playthrough. You play through every Tekken game.
That'd be fun.
Anyway, shall we plug our stuff and kind of get the go home signal?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, actually, let me think here. On I think on Tekken 6 they have Tekken 1, 2, and 3, don't they?
I think the only one I can't find is 5.
I've got a copy.
Collection.
I've got a copy of Tekken 5.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can borrow that.
I know I have both tags, and I have 1, 2, 3 on PC. PS1 was 1, 2, 3. PS2 was 4. I have 6 for 360, 7 for PC, and then both tags.
Okay. Yeah, you can borrow my copy of 5, definitely. Okay.
Anyway, Retrowary is kicking off in February. Where Nerd Bacon we go all retro and talk about games before the year 2000. So we'll see streams on that. You'll see reviews on that. And again, welcome to our newest contributors to the Nerd Bacon's family.
Yeah.
And going forward, twitch.tv/JeffRoth. Of course, you'll also see more stuff with PUBG, more stuff with Dragon Ball FighterZ, more stuff with Monster Hunter, Fire Pro, the usual suspects. Some Elite Dangerous come back with VR. maybe some random shit every now and then. Level Up Justin is doing his Mega Man numbered series playthrough. Um, so check out Level Up Justin,
That is going to be
twitch.tv/Level Up
awesome.
Justin for that. Dave said his streaming will kind of be in and out, but something will always be happening on this channel, whether it's from ZB eating or through
Do it.
this place hosting us. Hosting either myself or Justin. So, yes, Justin, you can get Mega Man. Conqueso just said he finished streaming the full playthrough of Hellblade's Newest Sacrifice. Check
Oh,
that
nice.
out because Dave's playing that too and says it's also a very good, very powerful game. So if you want to check out Conqueso playing through that, go check out his stream.
By the way, talking about a 24 or a 12-hour fighting game stream, my birthday is on a Friday this year, and I could very easily take that day off.
All right.
I'm just saying we can make
So,
this a 36-hour fighting game stream.
oh boy. Okay, well that's gonna happen then. So we'll get into that later. But yeah, I mean next week we'll talk about more stuff about wrestling and we'll see what these video game news gets us, and I'm sure something else will happen by next week.
If it doesn't, we'll make it happen because that's the type of guys we are.
So
You
yeah,
know what
follow
else
us on
will happen?
Twitch.
It's a great deal at Domino's, so be sure to check them out.
Follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Jefferoth, twitch.tv/NerdBacon, where you are there right now, and twitch.tv/LevelUpJustin for the three hosts of the Level Up Lariat podcast. We'll
Domino's.
get Justin back in here next week to give us thoughts on more Monster Hunter. Hopefully he plays more of that.
I'll give more thoughts on Domino's next week. You know how good I am at plugging your products, Domino's. Let's just sponsor this. Let's happen.
Conqueso is streaming Oxygen Not Included featuring the Nerd Bacon cast. Check that out as well.
What?
It's a game with the Nerd Bacon cast. Thank you all for watching the Level Up Lariat podcast for this week. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. Jeff Roth.
And I am Dave the Watchman. Yes, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you next week. Until then, game tasty, my friends. We'll see you next week.